Nom 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 nom. This entire episode is dedicated to eating, as Max is so elegantly demonstrating over there. I did one of those little I'm bored, ask me anything on Instagram this morning, and a bunch of people were asking about what I eat on a daily basis. We're in quarantine now, so things are a little bit different. I've been trying some early morning fasting, so I usually will not eat until about 11 a.m. I don't have a plan for the day. I'm just gonna walk you guys through what a day of eating looks like for me. So let's open up the fridge and see what we got. I typically try to do a really big breakfast. We'll get some eggs, a little bit of rice, why not? Gotta get the greens in. Let's get a little mush. Some fruit, big fruit guy. Ta-da. Boom. So that's what we're working with: eggs, rice, greens, oatmeal, and an apple. Another one of my morning staples, whether I'm fasting or not, is Evertrain Base. It's just a multivitamin that's got a lot of great stuff that helps me start my day on the right foot. Vitamin B, C, D, biotin, vitamin K. Got some roots. We've got neurofactor, coffee extract, microactive CoQ10, lutein, marigold flour. Good stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and whip up some coffee now before I start making breakfast. Got our little coffee corner over here. Fellow Brewing Products and Caffeine and Kilos coffee. Gonna fill it with some filtered water. I don't think that there's a humongous difference, but Joanne says she can taste the difference between when we use filtered water from the fridge and when we just use water from the sink. So baby gets what baby wants. So we use the pour over method of brewing our coffee, and I'll walk you guys through what that looks like for us. I'm probably gonna get roasted on YouTube here by coffee aficionados. Definitely not a professional. Maybe instead of roasting me, leave some tips in the comments. Thank you kindly. We start things off by putting a little paper filter there on top of the carafe, I don't know how you pronounce that. Fill up the grounds. This is actually a fun little project. Caffeine and Kilos is letting me come up with a happy but hungry blend coffee. And this is sample C. Tell you guys how we feel about it when we get it all brewed up. Making a mess. Hard to film and pour coffee beans at the same time. So now that the water temperature is right about where it needs to be, about 205 degrees Fahrenheit, we're gonna go ahead and wet the filter. Just a little bit. We will get rid of that excess water in both. Putting the grounds in the filter. So I believe it's very important. The first pour on a pour over is called the bloom. You want to pour it evenly in a circle, starting from the outside, working your way in until all the grounds are wet. And you want to give it about 30 seconds there to bloom and work off some of the CO2. You can see it bubbling in there. And we are back. She's bloomed nicely, and so now you just continue to pour over the grounds in a circular motion until you've basically gotten the amount of coffee that you want. And time. Voila. There you have it. Let's grab a mug. The fruits of our labor. Nah, I'm just kidding, that's way too hot. Maxie, are you a hungry boy? My favorite place to hang out is the kitchen. Now that we've brewed up our cafe, it's time to get started with some cooking. I'm going to make rice, eggs, arroz con huevo for you guys down here in Miami, with an apple and some oats. Should be, I would say, probably roughly 100 grams of carbs, probably about 30 grams of protein, and 15 to 20 grams of fat bro at heart, and that'll be a good start to the morning. Here we go. All right, to get started, going to turn the stovetop on. Got the big old pan. I try not to use too much additional fat when I'm cooking, so I'm just gonna do a little spray of avocado oil in the pan. And because I'm tracking my macros, I wanna try to have a pretty accurate count of what I'm eating throughout the day. So it'll be 1 full cup of plain white rice. This is already cooked, so I'm just gonna reheat it in the pan before I scramble some eggs and toss them on top. While the rice is heating in the pan, I'm gonna go ahead and crack and scramble some eggs. Today is technically a rest day, even though I'm gonna do one of the CrossFit Support Your Local Box workouts on IG Live later with my mom. Usually I wouldn't have too much fat before working out. We're not gonna work out until the afternoon, so I am going to have 4 eggs this morning. Whisking eggs is kind of like doing double unders. That is tricky and messy. Don't try that at home. I don't always do this, but since I'm making a little breakfast scramble, it'll be nice to sneak in some extra greens. Good stuff. What do you think, Max? We're gonna add the eggs on top. Going to season the eggs with just a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, let's get this big old scramble on the plate. I don't know about you guys, but I always wash my fruit. It is time to feast. Let's go. The finishing touch. Gonna do the macros on this meal here. Go to MyFitnessPal, show you guys how this is done. Breakfast, add food, rice, white rice. We had 1 cup in total. Medium Honeycrisp apple. Already got the eggs scanned in there. Bump it up to 4. Greens, I don't usually count toward my macros. Scan this mush. Boom. For a grand total breakfast of 104 grams of carbs, 28 grams of fat, 36 grams of protein. That was pretty darn good guesstimating by me earlier. Now let's enjoy it. Okie dokie Smokey, I crushed it. Watching Training Think Tank's review of the Quarantine Classic. I probably won't eat again until I have a little snack, and then a lunch, and then a snack, and then a dinner. After dinner, I'll go ahead and try to finish up with a shake or some sort of snack. So you guys have all that to look forward to. I'll see you in a little bit. Quick PSA, public service announcement. Clean up your dishes as you go. Don't let them pile up throughout the day. It makes it much, much easier. Ta-da! You know what they say, having a clean sink don't stink. I don't think anybody says that, but maybe they will now. Boom! Flip-flopped my outfit. Going out for a little workout now, and because it's a rest day and I'm feeling sleepy, gonna take some Evertrain Pre-Pre. Ah, success. Let's go. Mom and I have been doing these Support Your Local Box workouts every Thursday. We were going to do them over FaceTime, but decided to do them live on Instagram together in hopes that we could maybe inspire some other moms and sons to work out either together or alone. This week's workout is 4-time 50 double dumbbell deadlifts, 50 ab mat sit-ups, 50 box step-ups, and 50 single arm thrusters. Max is ready. What you doing, bro? Hey, Mom. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Sit-up time. Thruster time. So you gotta reach here. You're at 6:30. Last one, 7:30. Woo! Way to go, you crushed it. Final thing, speaking of YouTube, I'm actually filming a YouTube video today. I did a little Q&A in the morning, and so many people were asking what I eat in general, and so I thought, you know what? I just got back on YouTube last week. Let me make a little video of a day in the life of eating. Mom, say hi to everybody on YouTube.
Hi, everybody.
Just finished working out with Mama. It was a good one, short and sweet. I'm going to recover with my own secret stash of Post Pro. Each scoop of the sample batch has about 25 grams of carbs, so I will add that to my fitness pal for the day. Delish. Hey Max, you want a bath? Max, you want to go take a bath? Yeah, you do. You do, huh? You love getting baths. Good boy, come on, let's go. Gonna head out back to give Max a bath and munch on an RX bar while I'm doing it.
At the same time?
Same exact time. Gotta love a sudsy RX bar, huh? Alrighty then. After that bath, Max and I both need some lunch to refuel. He's gonna have his usual Nulo. I am gonna whip up a sandwich. Got some Dave's Killer Bread. Gonna toast 2 slices. Buffalo chicken breast. A little avocado on there. Wash it down with some grapes. Joanne hates the butt. I don't mind it, but it makes for an uneven sandwich. So I am gonna munch on this while I toast up 2 other slices. So this is one of the times that I will bust out the scale. I will put the plate on the scale, put the bread down on the plate, zero it out, and then I would say about 3 to 4 ounces is an appropriate sandwich amount of meat. 4 on the dot. Put about half an avocado on top. Bada bing, bada boom, there's our sandwich. Joanne and I found out recently that not everybody knows how to cut and de-pit an avocado. So this is the way that we do it. I will cut right down the middle until it hits the pit, rotate the avocado around, split it in half, and then where you've got the pit, if you set the avocado down and you have a nice heavy knife, kind of give it a little thump, pick it up, twist it, the pit should come right out, and you're good to go. Okay, got the avocado on there. Sandwich is ready to go. Quick trick, if you have food already in a bowl and you have an empty bowl, you can put the empty one on the scale, zero it out, put the full bowl on the scale, and it'll tell you exactly how much of the item is in your bowl. Crushed that lunch and put it into my fitness pal. Had 82 grams of carbs, 15 grams of fat, and 41 grams of protein. Joanne, meanwhile, is over there learning how to play the piano. Abracadabra, it is magically about 7:30 p.m., which is usually dinner time. I'm also magically all showered off and clean. Tonight for dinner, we are gonna have some shredded buffalo chicken with some diced sweet potato. Chicken we're gonna cook in the pressure cooker crock pot. It gets nice and cooked so you can shred it really easily. We'll dice up the sweet potatoes and bake them in the oven. Our neighbor and friend Carlos turned us on to Grassroots Cooperative, and we've been ordering a bunch of our meat from there. Time to put the chicken in the crock pot. We like to use chicken broth, pour just enough in there to make sure that all of the chicken is covered. We'll cook it. The poultry button, boom, pressure, 15 minutes. Bake these babies in the oven at 425 for about 20 to 25 minutes. Chef Jojo's in the house. Almost every night these days, we just make some sort of hodgepodge salad. While everything is in there cooking, I'm gonna snack on some pretzel crisps. 11 crisps is 1 serving. I'm gonna probably have 2. Ooh, baby. Sizzle though. As our dear old friend Kenny Leverage says, if you can't shred it, forget it. Now that the chicken is shredded, just like Joanne, I'm gonna put some Frank's Red Hot Buffalo sauce. Put that stuff on everything. I don't know what the appropriate amount is. Luckily, the macros on it are 0, so it doesn't really matter. Nothing too fancy, but hopefully it will be delicious and nutritious, which is what we're going for every time we eat. Just so that I know roughly how much sweet potato and chicken I'm getting, I'm gonna weigh it out. 10.1, and boom, 6 ounces. Before we eat, can't forget the most important fluffy little dude in the house, this new little freestyle. Hey. Putting everything into my Fitness Pal real quick. Something that Joanne and I take almost every single night. Fish oil. Gonna turn the camera off to eat. Bon appetit.
This dressing, the best thing we've ever found. Look at that. No fat. That's magical.
Just like you. The only thing that I'm gonna track in this salad is the feta cheese. I'm not saying that that's the right way to do it. That's just the way that I do it. I will count the salad dressing. There's 10 grams of fat for 2 tablespoons. Again,
this is a different one.
I would say that is 2 tablespoons on the dot. I'm gonna wrap up hitting those numbers with a little evening shake. Roughly 2 tablespoons here. A little messy, sorry babe. Don't spank me. Or do.
I heard a lesson that you're supposed to put the peanut butter in last. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, this is probably not the way to do it. I'm definitely making a mess and it's getting stuck everywhere. But
you got nervous.
I'm really nervous because I'm on camera. So here we are. 1 frozen banana, a serving's worth of dates, which is 2 of these fresh dates. Can't wait to take you on one of these when this quarantine is over.
Hey yo.
I was pretty much right there on my protein, so I don't need a full scoop of Evertrain's protein. A full scoop has 25 grams of protein. I'm gonna do a half scoop. A little bit of ice and water is all we need. 1 scoop of this beautiful pyramid ice. That's how it was advertised to us when we bought this fridge. A little bit of water. And you know what? I'm feeling a little frisky. So I've got a fun surprise that we're gonna add in. Just recently got to try these bars, Neo. I'm gonna put half of a bar of Neo in there. It'll blend up nicely. Give it a little extra crunch and flavor. And we're off. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but you're supposed to put the peanut butter last so it doesn't get stuck at the top. I'll remember that. All right, it is done. It is delicious. That brings us to a grand total, 424 grams of carbs, 86 grams of fat, 197 grams of protein. So I actually didn't nail it today, and that's okay. I told you guys I didn't have a plan going into this, and that's how most of my days are. Ideally, I would have gotten a few more grams of fat, a little bit less protein, and the carbs I feel like are right on. In total, that is 3,212 calories. And that's all she wrote. If I can inspire anybody through this, I would love for it to be that it's pretty easy to eat healthy. If you are wanting to eat healthy, you can do it. I believe in you. It's not too hard. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay motivated. Subscribe to the channel and share it if you want to, and we'll see you next time.